Hey guys, it's Corinne, and today I'm filming a video for you guys. If you couldn't tell by the title of this video, this is a 5 seconds of summer meet and greet / concert experience video. And yeah, Lexi lives in California, and I flew out there for this little concert event thing. Thursday, actually, they were going to be on the same plane as me, but I ended up having a thing where the tickets sold out, so I had to go on another plane. And then I went to the grocery store, and they were at this place right next door to the grocery store, so I was like, oh. I got up around 6 in the morning, and I don't know if it was because I was jet lagged or because I was just super excited. We walk into this big room. Thank you, shower speaker. Are you done making noises? Basically, we walked and we checked in, and we just pretty much had Lexi's mom sign us in because she's the one who we put the tickets under because you have to be over 18. Lexi's mom and my sister actually ended up coming to the concert with us with parent passes. I'm not sure why they did, they just did. So yeah, but they were behind everybody, you couldn't even tell they were there. So it was all good in the hood. So we walked into the place, and it was just a room that it was decorated with the radio station on the back of the wall, and they had their instruments set up, and the radio host was trying to distract us. I heard him say to a security guy or something like that that it was going to be 10 minutes until they came out, but it ended up being less than that, or so it felt like. I don't really know, but they came out and introduced them, and the boys came out with a joke, and I think the order they were sitting in was Michael all the way on the left, then it was Luke, then it was Callum, then it was Ashton, I think. It was literally so close. We were sitting on the floor, so close to them. You could reach out and touch their instruments and all their setup and stuff. It was crazy how close we were. There was one girl in front of me, and it wasn't necessarily in front of me. It was kind of more like a window, which wasn't totally to the side either. It wasn't totally front. She was kind of blocking the front row. So I was in the second row, but you could still reach out and touch. I don't know, it was really cool. The radio host, whose name is Strawberry, asked him a couple questions and stuff. Nike asked, hey, can the fans have some questions? And everyone was yeah, okay, whatever. The first question, I think, was what do you like most about being on tour? I think, but I'm not totally sure. And then Lexi wanted to ask, oh, can you say something in an American accent? And she was don't steal my question, it's my question, don't ask that. But she ended up being too nervous to ask them. She was shaking and crying, and I'm okay, I'll ask. So I ended up asking for them, and they answered me, and then I started freaking out and texting somebody. I'm oh my god, they answered my question, they answered them. I was freaking out, and then I look up and they're talking to me, and I'm oh, so I dropped my phone, and they're oh, thanks for asking. This girl who asked the question ended up being Susie, which is the girl that I met in line, and I don't remember what she said, to be completely honest, so I'm sorry, but yeah, so he stopped, and he was super sweet and super genuine, and honestly, they all are, but Michael stopped and asked, answered after they were done with the questions, which was super sweet. And I'm all over the place in this video. I'm so sorry. They first started off by singing Heartbreak Girl, which wasn't expected. Everybody expected Try Hard or something, but they started singing that, and then they made a couple of jokes in between. Luke was talking about how he was trying to buy the EP at Target and whatever. So they made a couple jokes, and they talked to us a little bit, and then they sang She Looks So Perfect, and it was hearing those songs live is whoa, it was better than anything you could have expected. And I tend to do, the thing that I tend to do at concerts is looking through the screen on my phone, and then I'm did I even really go to that? So what I did is I was still recording with my phone, and I still am constantly watching the videos, because the good thing about it being so secluded and so exclusive and private as far as the show goes is that nobody was screaming, and nobody was singing along extremely loudly during the songs. You could still hear them, and it was them, So that was amazing, which is something that I have never experienced at a concert before. So really awesome, really grateful for that fact. But so I was kind of all over the place. I was at some girl's hair, and I was up in the air, all over as far as camera angles went, just because I wasn't looking at the camera. I was just kind of off to the side doing my own thing, whatever. But yeah, so I have all that filmed, and I was just really grateful that even happened. And they were okay, girls, line up for your picture, whatever. And the guys went off to go to the bathroom, and I hit Callum with my sweatshirt. Sorry. I hit him with my sweatshirt though, and I was oh. But all the girls were talking to them, and they were super nice and making jokes in the hallway, and they were not really stopping, but yeah. 4 girls per picture, like I said, but then the 4th girl kind of disappeared. We don't know where she went or what happened to her. But then it just ended up being me, Lexi, and a girl whose name I think is Jennifer. Prior to the whole meet and greet part of the event, everybody was okay, I want to stand for this person, I want to stand for this person, I want to stand for this person, blah, blah, blah. And everybody was I want to stand next to Luke, I want to stand, I want to be with Luke. And I'm okay, so like enjoy that, because you know he's like the most popular in the band, whatever. So everyone wanted to be next to him, and to be honest, I did not care. Like, I was just like, I'm really happy to be near any one of them. Like, I just love them all so much, and yeah, so I was really excited either way. So I'm like, I don't really care who's next to you. But Lexi really wanted to stay next to Luke, and the girl in the middle, I believe, really wanted to stay next to Ashton. So we're gonna talk about how that went in a minute, but basically we walk over the picture, and I didn't know where to go, so I was sitting next to Lexi. And Luke goes, hey, come here, come here, come here. And he puts his arm out to like go like grab me or whatever. And then I walked away from him the complete opposite direction. And he goes, or not. And he like swings his arm back to like play it off, which you can see in the video. And Lexi's like, Corrine, come over here. And I'm like, why? And then like, you know, we were like getting ready and stuff. So I'm like, never mind, forget it, like goodbye. I kind of wanted to stand next to Callum because he was like my like first favorite of the band. And I just like loved him. To be honest, I didn't really care. Like I was just like, I wanted to be near any of them. So I ended up being with Michael and Ashton, and I ended up standing like really awkwardly, and when I retell the story, I was like standing like a green bean. I don't know why I say that, but I was like, I'm standing like a green bean. So I was like really awkwardly standing there like this with like my shoulders, and I was like, ah. And Mikey was like, no, come here, and he like put his arm around me. So like he like moved because my arms were by my side, and he went like this, so like my arm was like around him as he put his around mine. And I'm like, oh my god, I'm like dying. And he smelled really, really good, which is really creepy, but he smelled really good. I'm just saying. Ashton said something to me before the picture. He was like, oh hey, like how are you? Like making small talk. And then like we all got like in our like posing positions, I guess. And we just took like a regular hair in my eye. Okay. We just took like a normal smiling picture, and Ashton put his arm around me, which I felt bad because I'm pretty sure the girl in the middle called Ashton, and I'm like, oh my god, like because he put one arm around me and then has like his one arm out going like this, like a little rock on sign, I guess. And Mikey had his like tongue out, and then Luke kind of looked like he was like blank face, and then Callum, I don't know what Callum was doing in the picture. I really don't know what he was doing at all, but yeah, so that all happened, and then I went to go leave, and Ashton got my attention and turned me around. He's like, oh, by the way, thanks for coming out. He didn't even talk or like interact with the girl in the middle. Ashton didn't say anything to Lexi either. He just kind of like blew her a kiss or something, or yeah, I think he like blew her a kiss as she was like walking away. So that was kind of cool that like they talked to me. They didn't talk to anybody else. So I was like internally like, oh my god, like they're talking to me. But at the same time, I was like, oh, like they probably did it to everybody. But then I later learned they didn't talk to everybody. So I'm like, oh my god, like I was so excited. Also, Mikey coughed on me, and he said, sorry, I'm getting over a cold, or I'm getting over being sick. And I said, oh no, it's okay, I'm sick too, but I'm not sick. So did he get me sick? I don't know, I hope so. One of my favorite celebrities is he a celebrity? I don't like calling them celebrities. I don't know, I don't like putting that sort of label, but yeah, he may have got me sick, and that's not necessarily a bad thing. Am I really creepy? I think so. But yeah, so it was like super duper exciting, and I was like at that point like so like I was so calm, but at the same time I'm sitting here, I'm like, I'm actually next to them, like I've been listening to them and like watching them, and like I've just been so obsessed with them for like so long, and now I'm like here with them, and I'm like talking to them, like it was just crazy. But yeah, so I was just kind of like standing there like in my little whatever, and I was really calm about it, like as if it didn't even faze me, but internally I was like, oh my god, like this is like real, and I was like taking it all in. I was just kind of like trying to digest it, but even so, like I just couldn't. Like I was just like, oh my god. As far as the concert goes, I was like pretty chill, and I was pretty like calm and everything, and I was like, you know, like as if it was like a music festival for some band I didn't care about. But there was one point where I started like hyperventilating, crying, because I realized where I was, and then like a second later I kind of like, you know, regained, and I was like all, you know, regained composure, and I was all calm, and I was all good, and it was like all good in the hood. We'll insert the picture right here. I guess that concludes my 5 Salts experience video. I hope you give a big thumbs up and comments. I'd really, really appreciate it. But other than that, I don't have anything else to say, so I'm going to go. But stay beautiful. I love you all so, so much, and I will see you all in my next video.